Yeah, whole point is around my motherfucking neck, nigga. Yeah, 6 carats in my ears, nigga. Yeah, I look like
So what got you into modeling?
What got me into modeling? Okay, so when I was little, like I had always been offered to model, like when I was little, like, oh, you should do Huggies commercials, like all that kind of stuff. My mom used to tell me, but like before I turned 18, anything that I had to do, basically I had to involve my mom. And like a lot of agencies or companies out here are more of scamming than anything. They just want money. So my mom never really was like, she didn't even want to touch modeling because she just felt like everything was like not like really professional. Everybody just wanted money. So when I turned 18, I did it on my own. I just waited and I was like, I'm just gonna group up with a whole bunch of photographers and see who I can work with, and I started from there. Because I've always been told like, oh, you're so pretty, you should model, you're so pretty, da da da. And so I finally did it on my own. But I had to wait like 18 years.
How does it feel to like finally be able to do it on your own?
It feels good, and it's crazy because I really do this on my own. Like any shoot that I've done, I basically connected with myself. Like I just networked, and I'm really thankful for Instagram because that's where I started. All I did was I met a girl, like I want to say last fall, from a friend of mine that was a photographer, and I just went with her to watch her do this little visual thing. And I told her that I was interested in modeling, and so she was like, well, you can come over here and I'll give you like headshots or whatever, da da da. So I did a couple headshots, and then I posted on Instagram, and then from there I was just like, if anybody wants to work with me, I'm willing to work. And that's how people reached out to me and stuff like that.
What do you feel like modeling does for you?
I feel like modeling is just a step to where I want to be. Like I want to use my modeling as a way to speak out to women, like not just like body wise, but how you feel mentally and physically. I feel like I'm not sure, like I don't know. I don't want to just stick to modeling. I want modeling to be a start of where I want to go. And then once I have a bigger audience that sees me and they see me as, you know, a woman that, oh, I can relate to, or she has flaws, like she looks normal, like she's not this super skinny runway. Like I just want women to be able to look at me and feel like it's more realistic.
And what inspires you to feel this way and do this?
Because when I was younger, I don't know why, but when I was younger, I was very hard on my body. Like, I don't know, when I was young, like you would think like when you're in like your teens, like, you know, your late teens, you would be more like, oh, insecure and stuff. But it was when I was young, like I just felt like I wasn't skinny enough. Like I just wanted to have like, I wanted straight hair, and I wanted to be really skinny, and I wanted to be like all the girls that were around me. And so as I grew older, I kind of just grew into the comfort of myself. And like I found out that like even though I'm kind of different, I'm still beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like even though it's not in the way that everyone sees it, I just grew to love myself on my own. So
What's your favorite thing about yourself? Top 3.
Top 3. Okay, I'm going off of what everybody else says because I feel like I don't have my own top 3. But I guess the top 3 would be my eyes, because I have hazel eyes. And I feel like, well, I know, like when I look at people, like I can give them like this look, especially guys, and like I can just see them like breaking down, like, and so that's really fun for me. Like I like doing that. And then my hair, a lot of people like my hair, and I guess my smile. I got braces though, so I worked through this smile. Like I wasn't born with this smile.
Speaking of, you know, working for things, what is something that you feel like you've worked really, really hard for, and is something that you felt like you grew with as well?
My portfolio, like my modeling portfolio, I feel like I've grown with. And basically my portfolio is all on Instagram. I post most of all of my pictures on Instagram. But I do that because I want to show the growth. If you go back to like a year from today of what my pictures looked like compared to what they look like now, you can see the growth. Like it's in the pictures. I don't really have to say anything. So I've worked very hard on it, and I'm trying to get a lot of content together because I do want to submit for agencies. So I just want to have like this dope ass like portfolio, and I want to touch every subject in modeling, you know, from fashion to streetwear to you know, magazine facials, like I'm trying to get it all. So
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
do I have a favorite? I feel like maybe I'm more studio than like outside. I don't know why. I just feel like I can work more in the studio because I don't know, like outside it's like you have to work with what's surrounding you. Like so whatever is around you have to try to adapt to. Like you can't just pose anyway. It depends on the scenery that's in your backdrop. So it can be a little more difficult, but I don't like not want to do it at all. I still do it, but
What's something that's probably like the hardest for you throughout this career, or like in this career in general?
I think my hardest thing would be finding a go-to photographer. Yeah, I've been trying to find like just one person that I can go to and just work with consistently. I love working with different photographers, don't get me wrong, like I love doing that, but sometimes I just want to have that one go-to person where I can be like, hey, I have this idea, let's do it, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I've worked with a lot of people and I've tried to work with them as a go-to, but men, because that's what I mostly work with, are men photographers. They get, you know, emotions involved, and they're not just professional. Sometimes they want a little more, or they want to do a little more outside of just, you know, doing the photography, and I'm really not about that at all. Like I can't work my business with pleasure, because when emotions get involved, it just causes too much, like, you know, so that's probably the hardest thing. It sucks, but that's why I just keep working with different people. I'll find my go-to, or hopefully I'll just be picked up by an agency and I won't have to worry about that no more.
What's your dream photographer like?
Do I have a dream photographer? I don't think I have a dream photographer. I know a lot around Dallas. I know a lot, like there's plenty of people that I've worked with and plenty of people that I still want to work with, but I think that everyone has their own specific talent in photography, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think I'd want to go with the go-to person, because I do a lot of different stuff. So it just depends on what I'm trying to do. That would be like my favorite person.
What's some of the hardest or easiest things during a shoot?
I guess the hardest thing would be like, what's the hardest thing? Okay, my hardest thing when shooting, which I just was actually told recently, and ever since I was told this, now it bothers me when I look at my pictures, my mouth. Like for some reason, I don't know how to work with my mouth very well. Like I keep it open most of the time. Like I have, you know, like big full lips. So like, when I close, I feel really awkward. Like I feel like it looks sort of like puffed out or something. So like I try to like open it a little to make it look more soft. But like one of the photographers was telling me like I need to do more with my mouth. I need to change it up sometimes. So that would probably be the hardest thing when I'm shooting, is controlling my mouth area. The easiest thing would be, I guess the easiest would just be getting in front of the camera. I'm pretty good at practicing and being in front of the camera now. I don't really, like photographers sometimes tell me, oh, put your chin up or bend down your shoulder a little bit, but they don't ever have to worry about me posing, like I need a different pose or I need you to do this. Like I'm always moving my body, so that's never a problem.
That's good. I was gonna ask, I know that we talked a little bit before about, you know, why you do it, you know, your overall message, you know, you want women to feel comfortable, you know, this and that, but do you do it for anybody? Like, is there anybody or a story behind, you know, the real reason why you get up and you go to these shoots and you sit through and you wait for the edits, you know, like?
I definitely do this because I know that I'm so opposed to a 9 to 5. I feel like everybody was like put on this earth for a calling. Everyone has a special calling, and everyone has something good that they're, you know, well, something that they're good at. So I just feel like I know I'm good at this, and this is something that I want to do. I know I just want to be involved with the people and like in the entertainment business, but not just for the fame or just to be noticed, but more to have my level of platform to be able to speak to a bigger audience. So I'm really just opposed to people thinking, oh, modeling is hard to reach, so let's just go to college, get a degree, and get your 9 to 5, because that seems like the right thing someone else like for the rest of my life and doing this Monday through Friday, it consuming 5 days out of my week. Like that really blows me. Like if I have a job or a career that pays for me, I want it to be something that I really enjoy. Like if I have to do this for the rest of my life, like I want, and it's, you know, taking up most of my life, then it has to be something I want to do. So it's not, I don't think I have anybody specific that I'm doing it for. It's more like I'm doing this for myself to prove to people that even though it might be a hard reach, whatever you want to do, you can do. Like anything is possible. You just have to be consistent. I've never seen someone that has never gave up not make it. So.
All right, have you ever been afraid of not making it?
Yeah. I definitely feel like, you know, there's like way more beautiful girls out there, way more talented girls out there that, you know, can make it more than I can. And I know girls that have been turned down, and I look at them and I'm like, you got turned down? Like, girl, what am I gonna do? Like, but I have to get that mindset out of my head, and it's like, instead of being fearful, I just try to be more humble, and I'm like, whatever is meant for me will come for me. Whoever picks me up or whatever I sign to, it's because that was in God's plan, and that's what was meant to be. So I really just am trusting the process at this point and just ready for anything to come my way. So yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. And then what are some things that people say about modeling or models in general that kind of like tick your nerves, or that you kind of think that's not correct, or that you even agree with?
I feel like, and I'm thinking from a male's perspective, I feel like males think that us models are supposed to do more than just stand in front of the camera. Like they expect more. They expect us to flirt and, you know, be all sweet and kind of give them a little bit of attention. And I really don't appreciate that, because it's like we're supposed to be professional. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if I wanted to do something with you, like emotionally or romantically, whatever, it would be outside of when we're not shooting, and I would come to you myself. And it's like they just automatically think off the jump. When you get there, you're shooting, they can be all flirty and, you know, just doing a little too much. And I'm very sweet and very nice, and I don't like to make anybody uncomfortable. So like I won't just call anybody out and be like, hey, you're doing too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't want to make nobody uncomfortable. So like I'll just, you know, go with it. But if they draw the line, of course I'll say something. But yeah, I just feel like men feel like they have an obligation to flirt with female models, and I don't get that. Like I pretty much, a lot of the photographers that I have been with have, you know, flirted with me or complimented me. But of course I take my compliments and I'm very respectful. It's nothing like that. But there's been a couple times where I can definitely tell they want to do more than that. And sometimes it makes me uncomfortable because I don't like to have to shut them down. You know what I'm saying? But
so like, how do you verge off of those uncomfortable moments, or like, you know, like if there's anything that just kind of goes down in the studio and you're like, you still have a lot of work to do, what do you do to kind of like,
yeah,
you know?
I just usually, like, if it's happening in the studio, that's my thing. That's where I'm in the wrong. I don't really say anything too much. Like, because I want to get my work done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as they're not physically, like, being all pushy, I'm okay. And then, you know, when they try to reach out to me, like, maybe through message or whatever, I'm just more like, I keep it straight to the point. And it's not that I don't like them or I'm not interested in them. It's just I don't want to cross those boundaries. So I try to be as nice as I can. And I know it's hard for men when they see someone so beautiful. I'm just kidding. I know it's hard though, like for them not to feel like when they can't read a woman, because I'm very nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm very nice and I'm talkative and I'm very open. So maybe I give off the wrong vibes. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe they think I feel them like that, so that's why they try. So that's why I'm never rude, like, when I talk to them. Yeah. So, yeah, I just try to shut it down respectfully, because it doesn't mean I don't want to work with them.
Right. And, you know, when you go through modeling, you're, of course, going to probably have a lot of these situations, a lot of new people. But you can always control, you know, where you go.
Yeah.
So, like, what are where are some places that you want to go with your modeling?
like any
like around the world, or if there's any people that you want to work with specifically? Like...
I want to go. I'm from California, so I definitely want to go back to California, and I want to network out there. I was thinking that this summer I was going to go out there probably in July and do some networking out there, modeling, and then definitely look at agencies. My dream place, though, to model, if I could model anywhere, it'd be Tokyo. I just love like Tokyo's scenery and the vibe and everything. I mean, I know you've seen it. It's just amazing. Like, they're just so like futuristic. Like, they're above everybody's time. So that'd be really fun. I want to go there for sure.
And what are 3 fun facts that people probably don't know about you?
Okay, 3 fun facts. I was born on Valentine's Day. I actually, like, before I did modeling, I was acting. In school, I did a lot of acting, like in elementary. You remember Beauty and the Beast? I was like Belle. Like, I got all the main characters. Anytime I did a performance or anything, I was always getting like main characters. Like, I'm always been like competing with myself. Like, I always want the #1 spot. So like, I did do a lot of acting, and that's what I wanted to do at first. I wanted to act, but and then another fun fact, one more. It's not that I'm not fun. I'm just trying to, like, someone that they don't know about me. I'm very open, so I feel like people know a lot about me.
Think really hard.
What is a fun fact about me?
It doesn't have to be fun.
Okay, just the facts.
Give me a childhood memory. Maybe.
I'm trying to think. I'm going blank right now. I can't think of another fact. Give me an idea or something. I don't know.
What's your death row meal?
It have to be like king crab specifically, not snow. It would be king crab and probably like sauteed buttered shrimp. Yeah, that'd be my death row meal for sure.
And then where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. This is actually a very important question, because 5 years from now, we're going to post this, and 5 years from now, I definitely see myself signed. I'm going to be signed to somebody. I think by that time, I probably will be traveling the world. Like, I see myself traveling the world and doing a lot more way professional stuff. Yeah. Not saying that the stuff I'm doing now is not professional, but like more like, you know, upscale, kind of like just with higher like marketing brands and stuff like that. But I always want to say, like, I would never be where I am now if it's not for the people that gave me the chance in the beginning. Like, all of the photographers I worked with, I'm so grateful for. Like, because any of my shoots that I've done, I've never had to pay for any of them. Like, these are people that have just given me the chance to work with them. So I'm very appreciative of that, because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have me. Like, it wouldn't make me who I am. So I always want to be humble about that, for sure.
And then you have open mic.
Open mic. Okay, I want to give a shout out to God, because if I don't stay in tune with God, I definitely do get lost, for sure. But for these past couple of months, I've definitely been praying to Him about everything that I've been going through, and just stuff that I need reassurance on. And like He literally has always been there for me. Like every step of the way, I can feel His energy, and it's just like staying in tune with Him has made me focus on my path. Even though I might not be getting there like on a fast jump, I know I'm getting there. Like, everything's coming to me directly. And if I had any advice for anybody, it's just to believe in what you want to do. Like, you have to believe in like what your dream is. Write it on the paper, look at it in a magazine, draw it. Like, believe in it every day. Put in work for what you want to do, because whatever you want, the universe will give to you, but you still have to work for it, and you still have to believe in it. You can't second guess yourself. It might sound dumb to say, I know I'm gonna be, rich in 2 years, or I know I'm gonna have this business, because you don't want to sound cocky. But it's not being cocky, it's just being sure of yourself. So that's definitely my advice to everybody, is just believe in yourself for sure, and everything will come your way naturally if it's what you want, not what other people want for you, or because it's the right thing to do. Do what you want to do in life. That's going to make you happy at the end of the day. So yeah.
Yeah. Too many chains, bitch, you can't change. Yeah.